Behold the ancient mother, the mystical white goddess. Well, hello, Tubies. Here I am at my altar for the mystical white goddess. Now, I know some of you are going to say, wait a second, Bob, that's Our Lady of Lourdes. That's the Virgin Mary. I thought this was a pagan video. Well, it is a pagan video, but I'm going to be a little radical and say that Our Lady of Lourdes is a form of the mystical white goddess, and the form that I often see her in. Now, when we talk about the ancient and mystical white goddess, I want to first clarify for anybody who's confused, this has nothing to do with race. The mystical white goddess appears in many forms. And the reason she's called the white goddess is she's often seen wearing white clothing. And many times there's a glowing light, a white light that surrounds her. But her skin and her race can be any form. For example, in Tibet, they honor a goddess called Tara, and there's different forms. One form of Tara is the white Tara, and white Tara is a form of the white goddess. She's a mother and a protectress. In China, we have Kuan Yin, who is always seen wearing white robes. She is also a form of the white goddess. Both Kuan Yin and white Tara are not white, they are Asian goddesses. And so if you study the iconography, you will see that the white goddess can be really any race. Now, what is this mystical white goddess? Well, to tell you the truth, it's still quite a mystery. People have claimed to have seen a white woman or woman in white clothing appearing and giving them guidance. One of the most recent versions of the white goddess is literally Our Lady of Lourdes. Now, what the Catholic Church won't tell you is that the shrine where Our Lady appeared, there's a cave in France at Lourdes where Our Lady was seen to appear, and she was literally standing on a rock and water gushed forth. Now, as you can see here, here's the springs. Now, what is fascinating is that that site of the cave where Mary appeared had previously been an ancient pagan site where the goddess of spring water was honored. So the ancient white goddess has a historical connection to water and to springs. And at Lourdes, when she appeared, she said, "I will give a sign," and she literally touched the rock and water flowed. And to this day, a spring runs through Lourdes of holy water that is credited with miraculous healings. But Bernadette, also known as Saint Bernadette, who saw Our Lady of Lourdes, described her in this form as a lady with a veil, head to feet, all in dresses of white with a blue sash hanging around her middle and a golden rosary of prayer beads on her arms. Mary, when she came here, identified herself as the Immaculate Conception, meaning the pure one. She was pure and without any flaw or sin. And so the Catholics say that Mary is sinless. Well, the Wiccans say that the goddess is sinless and pure. She is our mother. And at Lourdes, Mary proclaimed herself a protecting mother to all who would seek her help. And so the white goddess, I believe, is found also in Our Lady of Lourdes. So if you're looking to set up a shrine to the white goddess and you don't know what statue to use, you might consider a statue of Our Lady of Lourdes. And you'll know her again by her white dress and her blue sash. And look at her feet. Now, you'll notice that there are golden roses here on each foot. And it was said that when she appeared to Saint Bernadette, Bernadette described the golden roses just resting on her feet. And what's interesting is, if you saw last week's scrying seance on Saturday night, I did a water scrying. I saw an image that looked exactly like this. She identified herself as the ancient mother, and she said, "I am Mary, I am of the sea, I am of the waters." And she was basically identifying herself as the universal mother. So the white goddess is deeply rooted in many cultures around the world. Now, if you want to set up a little altar to the White Goddess, here are some suggestions that might help you get that going. The first thing that you'll need is an image of the White Goddess. Now, I have a beautiful, it's like a 25-inch statue here. You don't have to buy a big expensive statue. You could use a little picture of Our Lady of Lourdes, print it out off the internet, put it in a frame, and you got a perfect altar image. You could also buy they make much smaller sizes of this statue as well. As I said, I have a large one that's 25 inches, but you can get ones that are like, 6 to 12 inches in size and have an image of Our Lady of Lourdes as your image. Now, again, remember the White Goddess can be from any culture. So I forgot also in Hinduism, there's the goddess Saraswati. She is also a river goddess, and guess what? Saraswati always wears white robes. So in India, the goddess, who is also Hindu or Asian, Southeast Asian, wears white. She is the white goddess. Saraswati is the white goddess of Hinduism. Kuan Yin is the white goddess of Taoism and Buddhism. And White Tara is the white goddess of Tibetan Buddhism. And Our Lady of Lourdes is the white goddess of the Western world. So remember, you don't have to have just one race. Again, White Goddess is not about race. It's about her work and her role and her clothing that she wears. Now, if you want to have an altar, one of the things, as I said, is get a little statue. The offerings to the White Goddess are actually, from what I've read, very simple. Basically, you want to offer water. Now, you don't have to have a crystal bowl, but I've chosen to use a crystal bowl for her offering. And I have it's Galway Irish crystal. As many of you know, I collect crystal. This is an Irish cut crystal bowl from Galway, Ireland. I think it's a particularly lovely bowl. It's got beautiful cut work on it. And so I'm using this for my altar today to Our Lady, the White Goddess. So basically all you need to offer to her is water, because she's associated with fresh water and with springs. And if you can get bottles of spring water to add to your bowl, that's even better. But if you can't, tap water will be okay. It's still pure, okay? So you want a bowl of water. The other thing is, it's traditional to offer white candles to her. And so, as many of you who followed my vlog earlier in the week, I said I was going to buy a candle. And so I got this giant white candle, and we're going to offer that as well. So basically all you need is some water and some white candles. Now, I've also added to our altar here crystals. I have my Lemurian crystal, which is a beautiful frosted white crystal. You can definitely add crystals because she's an earth mother as well as a water mother, because she's associated with caves and earth energy as well. And I have another beautiful quartz crystal here. It's a white crystal. So I'm choosing to add some quartz crystals to my little shrine. So a little water, some white candles, and an image of Our Lady. That's really all you need. And so here we have our white candle lit, and we're going to set that here. Now, what I would encourage you to do is also have your wand, if you're Wiccan or pagan. And you can also use your athame, but I think a wand is better for this. It just has a gentler energy. And then we can offer this blessing over this water. So we say, here this pentacle I lay for blessing and protection by night, by day. So mote it be. And then we can do this as well to the candle. Here this pentacle I lay for blessing and protection by night, by day. So mote it be. And then we can take our wand and raise it and do an invocation. And so we'll say, wands are traditionally used for invocation of spirits, by the way, and gods. So we can raise our wand high and say, Our Lady, the White Goddess, we invoke you now. Come and be present for us. We invite you to this altar to hear our prayers, and we pray that we will exchange our energies in love and blessing. We bring to you, Our Lady, this offering of water. May it be purified by your glance and touch. We bring to you, Our Lady, mystical White Goddess, this candle of white light for purity and blessing and strength and peace and protection. And so, gracious Goddess, accept our humble offerings of water and light to you this day. So mote it be. So mote it be. I should probably also say that the white goddess is also associated with the moon. So she is the moon mother as well as an earth mother as well as a water goddess. So she has a lot of different functions, but it's one of the more ancient forms of the goddess that transcends time and space and culture. And so if you're looking for a form of the goddess and you're reading books about pagan deities and you're saying, I don't know, I don't relate to that, I don't relate to this, I don't relate to that, why don't you explore the white goddess and see if she speaks to you? Now, the water that you offer to the white goddess, once offered, is considered holy and purified. So you can take that and bless yourself, anoint yourself, and sprinkle yourself each day with that water. You can add it to your water bottle. In fact, some people I know that worship the white goddess, they'll bring their bottled water for the week that they're going to drink. Like, you know, a lot of people keep bottles of water in their bag, and they'll offer the entire case of water, and the whole water is blessed. So that's another way to work with it. You can, take your candles and walk through your house as a form of blessing to invoke her light into the rooms. So there are a number of ways to work with the white goddess, and I just encourage you to explore them. Don't be surprised if you start having dreams of the white goddess. I know I've had visions as well as dreams, and the other night when I was scrying in my water bowl, that's where I saw her vision, and I was truly amazed. And if you want to make another offering to the white goddess, it's traditional to offer her white roses to represent her pure, motherly, moon-like energy. And so I have this is a silk white rose, but I'm going to set that here at her feet as an offering from me. And so, let's move that back a little bit. So I say, Our Lady, please accept this humble offering of a white rose. May it be a sign of your presence for all who see it. So mote it be. And there you go. Hail the white goddess. Well, Tubies, I've certainly enjoyed being here with you today, and I hope this has given you something to think about, another way to connect with spirituality. And if you're Wiccan or pagan, and you're looking to understand a form of the goddess that you might want to work with, please explore working with the ancient white goddess. So remember, she can be any form. She could be Mary, she could be White Tara, she could be Kuan Yin, she could be Saraswati. There's no one limited form. She could also be Mary, Our Lady of Lourdes. So there you go. There is some information on the white goddess. So if you've enjoyed this video today, which I hope you have, please help me out. Give me thumbs up, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Be part of our channel. I'd love for you to be here. Also, don't forget to go visit my website, PsychicBob.com. That link will be below. And go and register for my psychic development class. This Saturday, we're going to have our class. It's going to meet on Zoom at 12 noon Eastern U.S. time. It's a 2-hour class. And this week, we're going to study infused knowledge. When you register at my website, it will notify me, and I will put you on the class list. On Saturday morning around 11:30 a.m. Eastern U.S. time, I will send out the link to everybody that's registered. And so the class will start at 12, but around 11:30 you'll get the link and you can come into the classroom. We have a great group and I'd love for you to be there. This week we're going to study infused knowledge, how to have knowledge that comes to you instantly from the spiritual realms. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So come join our class this Saturday. I'd love to have you there. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flowing to the ocean. We all